let's go to page 352 and start with number 1. Okay, so you have a AM plus BM plus AN plus BN. So again, you go through the checklist. So step 1, common factor, cannot. You go to step 2. Okay, so 2, 3, more than 3. So more than 3 times is you have to do it by grouping. So the way that you work is you group. Not usually what you do is you just group whatever you see. So you got AM plus BM. Now you always put a plus between the group. Okay, and this would be BN. So it'd be AN plus BN. Okay, now again, this plus is right over here. So actually that is right in here. Okay, so always put a plus between the group. So the grouping is you have a one big problem, you break it up into 2 smaller problems. So now you do each one individually. Okay, so let's focus on this one here. So now you have to go back to step 1 again. Okay, so again, right now you're breaking the 2 smaller problems, so you have to start from step 1 again. So step 1, common factor, you can factor the M. So it'd be A plus B. Okay, so that takes care of the first half. Now this part over here, you can factor the N. So it'd be plus N, factor the N, so you got A plus B. So once you're done factoring on each part, now you can bring the 2 parts together. Okay, so you notice you have the A plus B and A plus B, right? So you can factor out, again, use step 1, common factor. So factor the A plus B, okay? And when you factor out, it's gone. Okay, so when you factor out, it's gone. So whatever left over is what you see. So you're going to get M plus N. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so that's a grouping. Okay, let's go to number 2. Okay, you have CU plus CV plus DU plus DV. So again, step 1, okay, common factor cannot. Step 2, so 4 terms, so you're going to be the grouping. Okay, so again, I'm just putting the plus between each group. Okay. Okay, then over here, I can do 1 half at a time. So this one you can factor the C. So you got U plus V. Okay, you're done with the first half, you go to the second half. This one you can factor the D. So you got U plus V. So once you're done doing each half, you bring the 2 halves together. So again, you have the U plus V, right? So you can go and factor the U plus V. And then again, once you factor it out, it's gone. Okay? So your leftover would be C plus D, right? C plus D. Okay? And so that would be your answer. Okay. Let's go to number 3. Here you have ST plus 4T plus 3SU plus 12U. You can go to your list. So step 1, step 2, so it'd be step 2C. Okay, so ST plus 4T plus 3SU plus 12U. Okay, so let's do 1 half at a time. So focus on this half. This one you can factor the T. So you got S plus 4. Let's go do the second half. This one, you can factor the 3, and you can factor the U. Okay, so factor the 3U, you get S. 12 factor the 3, you get 4. U is already factored out. And you can check, right? 3U times S give you 3SU. 3U times 4 give you 12U. So always do a quick check. Okay, so again, right now you got S plus 4, S plus 4. Okay, so they can factor out S plus 4. So once you factor out, it's gone, and the leftover will be T plus 3U. Okay, and that's it. Okay, number 4. Okay, you got 5CZ plus 5Z plus 7CT plus 7t. Okay, so you can go through your steps. So this would be the grouping. Okay, so group the first two terms. Okay, put a plus right over here. Okay, so again, this is not this, okay? This plus actually goes inside of here. So it'll be 7ct plus 7t. Okay. So let's go and do the first half. So you can factor out the 5z. So you get c plus 1. Okay, again, when you factor everything is 1. You can check, right? 5z times c will give you 5cz. 5z times 1 give you 5z. If you don't have 1, then you're not going to be able to get this back. Okay? Okay, over here, you can factor out the 7t. So it'd be c plus 1. Again, when you factor everything out, it's 1. Okay? Because when you factor everything, means you're dividing by itself, so you get 1. And you can check, right? 7t times c give you 7ct. 7t times 1 give you 7t. Okay, so now you bring the two halves together. So you got c plus 1 you can factor out. So again, when you factor out, this is gone. So now you get 5z plus 7t. Okay. Okay, number 5. You got 3xr minus 6yr plus 4x minus 8y. Okay, so again, this is the grouping. So let's go and group the first two. You can put a plus between the group. Okay, so the first half, you can factor out the 3, and you can factor the r. So it'd be x minus 2y. Okay, again, you can do the quick check, multiply to get that, multiply to get that. Okay, now let's focus on this one. You can factor out the 2, factor out the 4. Factor out the 4, you get x minus 2y. Okay, so you got x minus 2y. X minus 2y, you can factor it out. Common factor. So when you factor out, it's gone. The leftover would be 3r plus 4, and that's it. Okay, number 6. You have 4ms minus 6mt plus 10ns minus 15nt. Okay, so let's just go and group the first two terms. Plus 10ns minus 15nt. Okay, so you can make sure you kind of group them first before you do the factoring. So get into the habit of doing that. Okay, so the first half, you can factor out the 2m. So it'd be 2s minus 3t. Okay, double check, okay. This one, you can factor out the 5n. So it'd be 2s minus 3t. Okay, so you got 2s minus 3t, 2s minus 3t, so you can factor that out. So when you factor out, it's gone. So the leftover would be 2m plus 5n. Okay, let's go to number 7. Okay, you have mx minus nx minus my plus ny. Okay, so 4 terms. Let's do the grouping. Now notice a minus, right? So again, this is why you always put a plus between the group. Okay, and so this goes inside. So you group the first two, group the last two. Okay. You can always put a plus between the two groups. Okay, again, now you can see more clearly that this sign goes with the term, right? Okay, let's go and factor this first half. So the x can come out. So you got m minus n. Over here, okay, whenever you have negative in front, you have to factor the negative. So factor the negative y. So negative y comes out, so it becomes m. Now plus, when you factor the negative, it becomes negative. So you can check. Negative times negative give you positive. So you got to watch out for this part over here. So when you factor out the y, it becomes n. Okay? And now you have the n minus n, so you can factor out. So you can factor out the whole parentheses. So this is gone. So the left over would be x minus y. Okay? And that's it. Okay, let's go to number 8. You have AH minus AK minus BH plus BK. So again, first you do the grouping. So always put a plus between the group. So it'd be negative BH plus BK. So the first half, you can factor out the A. So you get H minus K. The second half, there's a negative, so you have to factor out the negative. And you can factor out the B. So when you factor out the negative B, you get H. Now when you factor out the negative, you have to change sign, right? You can check. Negative times negative give you positive. Okay? And you factor out the B, so this would be a K. Okay? So now you can bring them back. Okay? Bring the two halves together, so you get H minus K. So H minus K. So you factor it out, so this would be gone. So the leftover would be A, so the second parentheses would be the leftover A minus B. Okay, so you factor to the front. Okay, let's go to the next one. Here you have xy plus x minus y minus 1. Okay, so again, let's go and do the grouping. Right, again, you always put a plus. This is very important, okay? Put a plus between the two groups, okay? The negative go in here, okay? Go in the parenthesis with the term. Okay, so the first part, the x can come out. So you're going to get y plus 1. Again, when you factor everything out, it's 1, right? You can check. X times y give you xy, x times 1 give you x. Okay, over here, there's a negative, so you have to factor the negative, and that's all you can factor out. So factor out the negative, you get y plus 1. Okay, and you can check. Negative times y give you negative y, negative times 1 give you negative 1. Okay, so now you have y plus 1, so you can factor it out. So this is gone. So it'd be x minus, again, when you factor, you're dividing. So when you divide by itself, it would be a 1. Okay? So don't just leave it blank. Okay? And you can check, right? See, this times this will give you that. Negative 1 times that will give you that. Okay, okay, number 10. You got AD minus D plus A minus 1. Okay, so you can just go and do the grouping. Put a big nice plus between the group. Okay, so the first half, you can factor out the D, so you get A minus 1. Again, you can check, right? D times A give you AD, D times negative 1 give you minus D. This one, that's not need to factor, so it'll be just A minus 1. Okay? And over here, again, you got A minus 1, so you can factor out the A minus 1. So when you factor it, it's gone. So you're going to get D plus 1. Again, when you factor everything, means you divide by itself, so you're going to get 1. Okay, so make sure you have this part right over here. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, you got 3a squared minus 6ab plus 2a minus 4b. Again, let's go and do the grouping. Okay, put a plus in between. So you got 2a minus 4b. Okay, so the first half, you can factor out the 3a. So you're going to get a minus 2b. Okay, you can check. This times I give you that. This times I give you that. Okay, this one over here, you can factor out the 2. So you get a minus 2b. Now you bring them together, so you get a minus 2b, a minus 2b. So go and factor out the a minus 2b. So again, when you factor out, it's gone. So you're going to get left over be 3a plus 2, and that's it. Okay, number 12. You got a, number 12, you got 2h squared. Okay, so you got 2h squared minus 6hk plus 5h minus 15k. Okay, so you can group the first two terms. Okay, put a plus between. And group the next two. Okay, so go ahead and do the first part. So this one you can factor the 2 and the h. So it'd be h minus 3k. Again, multiply to check, multiply to check. Okay, this one you can factor the 5. So it'd be h minus 3k. And now again you got h minus 3k here, h minus 3k, so you can factor it out. Okay, so once you factor, it's gone. So the left over would be 2h plus 5. Okay, next one. You got 6e squared minus 2ef minus 9e plus 3f. Okay, so again 4 times, so let's do the grouping. Again, you always put a plus between the group. Okay, and the sign always go with the term. Okay, so that's going to do the factoring. So the first half, you can factor out the 2 and the e. 2e, so it'd be 3e minus f. Double check 6e, yeah. Okay, this one, that's a negative, so you have to factor the negative. And 3 and 9 can factor out the 3. So you're going to get 3e, double check. Negative 3 times 3 give you a negative 9. Okay, and the negative, so negative times negative will give you positive. And it would be an f right over here. So double check. So give you plus 3f. Okay. Okay. And now you have 3e minus f, 3e minus f. So you can factor that out. So it's gone. So you got 2e minus 3 left over. Okay, so you can 2e minus 3, that's your second parentheses. Okay, number 14. Okay, you got am squared minus 4mn minus 6m plus 3n. Okay, so you can grouping. Okay, always put a plus between the group. You got minus 6m plus 3n. Okay, so you can focus on one half at a time. So this one, common factor, you can factor the 4 and the m. So it'd be 2m minus n. Okay, and multiply to check, multiply, check. Okay, again, that's a negative, so you have to factor the negative. So you can factor the negative 3, so it becomes 2m, double check, and it would be factor the negative would be negative n. Again, double check. Negative times negative give you positive 3n. Okay. Okay, now again you can bring them together. So you got 2m minus n to factor it out. So when you factor out, it's gone. So the left over would be 4m minus 3. Okay, and that's it. Okay, let's go to 15. Okay, you got h squared minus k squared plus 2h plus 2k. Okay, again, 4 terms, so you're going to do the grouping. Okay, normally you don't have to rearrange. In some rare cases, you have to rearrange the terms, but usually you don't have to. Usually whatever you see is whatever you get. Okay, usually it will work out. Okay, let's go and do this half of here. Now, again, you have to go through the checklist, right? So step 1, common factor cannot. But step 2, this is a square minus square. So this is your difference of squares, so it would be h plus k, h minus k. Okay, so this factor into that. Okay, that's your step 2a. Okay. That is this one here. Okay, So that's why you have to always go through the checklist. Okay, that takes care of that. Now this part over here, you can factor out the 2, so it'll be h plus k. Okay, so now bring it together. Notice you got h plus k. So factor it out, so it'd be h plus k. So this would be gone, and the leftover would be h minus k plus 2. Okay, notice there are 3 terms now. Okay, so again, once you factor it out, whatever you see is whatever you put down over here. Okay, number 16. Okay, you got x squared minus y squared plus 4x plus 4y. Okay, so again, go and get your grouping. Okay, so again, first half, this break into conjugates. So it'll be x plus y, x minus y. Okay. The second half, you can factor out the 4y, so you get x plus y. And when you bring it together, okay, you can factor out the x plus y. So this will be gone. Therefore, will be x minus y plus 4. Okay, and that's it. Okay, let's go to 17. Okay, 17, you have x to the 3 plus 3x squared minus 4x plus 12. Okay, so again, let's go and do the grouping. So you got x to the 3 plus 3x squared. Okay, plus. Okay, and you have negative 4x plus 12. Okay, and again, you can do the first half. So you can factor the x squared, so you're going to get x plus 3. And this one over here, you can factor the negative 4, so you're going to get x minus 3. Okay? And now notice you got x plus 3, x minus 3. So if they are different, you want to double check, make sure that you didn't make any careless mistakes. But this is it, so you cannot do anything to it. So this is not going to work. Okay. And now you can try rearrange different terms, but this is not going to work. So this is not factorable. Okay, so it's not factorable. Okay, because you cannot do anything to it. Okay, so this is not going to work. Okay, number 18. You got a to the 3 plus 5a to the 2 minus 2a plus 10. So you can do the grouping. Okay, you can always put a plus between the group. Okay. Okay, so the first half, you can factor the a squared. So you got a plus 5. Okay, next one, there's a negative, so you have to factor the negative. So factor the negative 2. You get a minus 5, right? Double check. Negative times negative give you positive. Okay, now you check. Again, you run the same problem. You got a plus 5, a minus 5. So you cannot do anything to it, so it's not going to work. Okay, so this whole thing is not going to work. So again, this is not factorable. Okay. Okay, number 19, you have a cubed minus 2a squared minus 4a plus 8. Again, 4 terms. So common factor, step 1 cannot. So step 2, go and break up into 2 groups. So put a nice plus between the 2 groups. Okay, so the first half, you can factor the a squared, so you get a minus 2. The second half, there's a negative, so you have to factor the negative, and 4 and 8 can factor the 4. So you're going to get a minus 2. Again, double check. Negative times negative give you positive. 4 times 2 give you 8. So always check, make sure your factoring is correct. Okay, so now you got a minus 2, a minus 2. So that's kind of nice. So factor the a minus 2. Okay, so when your factor is gone, so you got a squared minus 4. Okay, now whenever you have a square, you have to keep checking. Okay, so notice what is this? That's your step 2a. Okay. So this part over here is still factorable. Again, when you have this square, you have to keep checking, see if you can do anything to it. So this would be conjugate, okay? So it'd be a plus 2, a minus 2, okay? Okay, and now notice you got 2 of these, right? So when you got 2 of these, it becomes a minus 2 square. Again, square means you got 2 of these, and then you got a plus 2, okay? Number 20, you got x to the 3 minus 3x squared minus 9x plus 27. Okay, so you can do the grouping. Put a plus between the group. Okay, so the first half, you can factor the x squared. So you're going to get x minus 3. The second group, you have to factor the negative 9. So you get x minus 3. Right? So again, you can check. Negative 9 times negative 3 give you positive 27. Okay? Okay, so you get x minus 3. You can factor out the x minus 3. So this cancel out. Right? It's when your factor is gone. So you got x squared minus 9. Okay? Again, this is your, whenever you have square, you have to keep checking. Okay? So this part is already done already. Now this part over here, again, that's your step 2a. So you have to factor into conjugate. So it'll be x plus 3, x minus 3. Okay? And so now you got 2 of these, right? So you got 2 of these, so you write x minus 3 square x plus 3. Right? Again, 2 of them it means your square. Number 21, you got 10xy minus 15y plus ax minus 12. Okay, again, 4 terms, so let's go and group them. Okay, and you got ax minus 12. Okay, so the first half, you can factor the 5 and the y. So factor 5y, you get 2x minus 3. Again, double check. So this will give you 10xy, check, minus 15y. Okay. You can always do a quick check. Okay. So plus, this one can factor the 4. So it'll be 2x minus 3. You can double check. So it'll be ax minus 12. Okay. Now over here, you got 2x minus 3, 2x minus 3. So factor it out. So this is gone. So you're going to get 5y plus 4. Okay, and that's it. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, you got 35 minus 42m minus 8mn plus 15n. Okay. Okay, so again, let's go and group them. Okay, go and group them for now. So plus, got negative 8mn plus 15n. Okay, so the first half, you can factor out the 7. So you're going to get 5 minus 6m. Okay? Now, over here, notice that m is in the back, over here m is in the front. Okay? So sometimes you have to kind of look ahead. Okay? You kind of look what's over here, or else you're going to run into problem. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to switch these two terms for now. So I'm going to get 15n minus 8mn. Okay? Again, m is in the back. So in order to factor that later on, you need to match them up. Okay, so again, m is in the back, so you need to put m in the back. If you keep it in front, you're going to get stuck. Okay? Okay, so now let's go and factor the second half. Okay, so this one you can factor the n. So you're going to get okay, so you're going to get 15 minus 8m. Okay, so now notice it doesn't work, right? So in this case, what you need to do is you need to rearrange the terms. Okay? Okay, and so the way to do that is since you got m over here, let's go and regroup it. So again, if it doesn't work, okay, if it get all messed up like this, what you do, you have to rearrange the terms. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write it this way. I'm gonna have this and this together, and this and this together. Again, in some rare cases, if it get all messed up like that, you need to rearrange terms. But most of the time, you don't have to. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Okay, so I'm gonna do these two terms. Okay, going to do these two terms, and again put a plus between the group. Okay. And now notice the n is in the back, so I'm going to put the n in the back. Okay, again the n is in the back, so I'm going to put n in the back for match up. Okay, so now let's go and go back. So again, all these are bad. Okay, this is not going to work. Okay, now don't erase. Okay, you show your work, just continue. Okay, so over here you can factor out the 5. So you get 7 plus 3. N, you can double check 35, 15. Okay, check. This one, there's a negative, so you have to factor the negative. And this one, you can factor out the 2. Okay, let's see, 6. No. Okay, let's go and factor out the 2. Okay, let me double check. Okay, factor out the 2, so you get 21m minus, you can 2m. So it'd be 21 minus 4n. Okay, so again, it's all messed up again. Okay. You know what? The reason it's all messed up because we copied the problem wrong. Okay, let's go back, redo 22. Okay, 22. Okay, so 35 minus 42m minus, again, the reason it didn't all work out because we copied the problem wrong. Okay, so it's supposed to be 18. Okay, that's okay. So minus 18mn plus 15n. Okay, so let's go and start over again. Okay, but again, I'm going to 42m, put a plus between the group. Okay. Okay, but now again I'm going to, since the m is in the back, I'm going to do it this way. Okay, because m is in the back, I'm going to put m in the back. Okay. Okay, so let's go and do this one here. Okay, factor out the 7, you get 5 minus 6m. Okay, over here you can factor out the 3n. So you're going to get 5 minus 6m. Okay, so now it come out nice. Okay. Okay, so again, when something goes wrong, the first thing you want to do is you want to check, make sure you copy the problem correctly. Okay. So this is gone. So you're going to get 7 plus 3n. Okay, there we go. No, not too bad. Okay, 23. Okay, you got a squared minus 4 plus ab minus 2b. Okay, so group them. Okay, ab minus 2b. Okay, the first half. Okay, now this is a plus 2 a minus 2, right? Difference of square. This one you can factor out the b, so you're going to get a minus 2. Okay, then bring it together. Notice you get a minus 2, right? So factor out the a minus 2. So you got a plus, okay, you got a plus 2 plus b. I'm going to write it in order. Okay, you don't have to. Okay, let's just leave it. Okay, let's just do it like that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's go to number 24. Here you got x squared minus 25 minus xy plus 5y. Okay, so you can group them. Okay, so the first half break into conjugate. Okay, second half you can, there's a negative, so factor the negative y, so it'd be x minus 5. Again, watch the sign, negative times negative, positive. Okay, okay, so you get x minus 5, you can factor it out, so this is gone. So you got x plus 5 minus y.